Death, taxes, and people overreacting to preseason games. Yes, football season is here, and already people are overreacting because Ashton Jeanty goes 3 carries for -1 yards, and he's already labeled a bust. And yes, I might be over dramatic right now, but I'm seeing so many people having concerns about Ashton Jeanty and his -1 yards rushing on 3. Like, guys, just chill out. It's the preseason. Let's go ahead and dive into the tape and see what kind of went wrong, and we'll go from here. So to me, a pretty vanilla first start for the Raiders. They're not going to be showing a whole lot, just like a lot of teams right here. And they come out in a twin set to the left. Actually, it's a trip set. Tight end wing there. Then you've got a solo receiver to the right, and they're just going to go with a nice, easy, basic inside zone to the right here. And Ashton Jeanty, not a whole lot to work with here. He doesn't make anything worse. He just puts it up into the zone like he needs to. Gets this handoff here. The right really struggling, and the whole offensive line, the line of scrimmage is getting set back with that right tackle, and there's just not a whole lot of movement there, and we'll see it even better from the end zone copy. So like I say, it's inside zone to the right, and the Raiders get a good couple double teams at the point of attack right here between the left tackle and left guard on the 3 technique and the center and the right guard on the 2 technique. And because of this front, it's going to leave a solo block by your right tackle one-on-one with this wide 9 technique, and that's where this battle loses. They get 2 true double teams on each of the 3 and the 2, and they get good climbs to the backer. As you see this develop, you're always wondering if there's a backside cut. But it's good vision by Ashton Jeanty right here as the linebacker slid over into the backside B gap, and he's closing that off. So Ashton Jeanty has to keep this right. But look at the right tackle. He's high. The defensive lineman's able to get his hands inside the armpits and exposes them out. That way he can shed them and then just make his way to Ashton Jeanty. The right tackle failed this runs play in this specific play. Now, a little bit later, we go to wide zone, and wide zone is a lot like inside zone, except for you're really trying to, instead of getting vertical push, you're getting horizontal push, and it's up to the running back to make the offensive lineman's block right. So you're getting displacement from left to right on the offensive line right here, but the left guard just completely, he takes the wrong steps, in my opinion, right here. There's no outside reach step. He gets caught up with an interior technique, and it really should not have been his job. Let's see it from the end zone copy. So, like I say, it's wide zone. Everybody's taking hard horizontal steps to the left, and you've got this one technique right here. It's wide zone to the left. This left guard should not be worrying about the one technique at all. It really should be the center being able to overtake that one, and he should be zone stepping to the left just in case of what shows. You're going to see him right here. He takes an on step, and then he completely whiffs on the stunning backer. Show it nice and slow, that way you're able to see it. That on step he takes right there completely puts him in a bad position. That linebacker is able to shoot that gap, and he's in the backfield, and now Ashton Jeanty is tackled for a loss. Now, real quick, guys, if you're enjoying this content and if you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Join this community. Football season's here. NFL, college football, we're going to be having tons of film breakdowns, and it's going to be a good year. Go ahead and join the community. So right here, this is not a rush, but I want to show a positive play since it really was not good for Ashton Jeanty. But right here in pass protection, and he's going to have a linebacker trying to fit this gap, and he does exactly what he needs to do, and he stonewalls this guy. Backer, he sets the line of scrimmage. The backer does not have any chance of getting to the quarterback. It was a really good pass protecting rep by Ashton Jeanty. See it from the end zone copy. He does a really good job. This one's pretty easy to identify who he needs to step up and protect, and he does just that. Not a whole lot of resistance there by that linebacker, but he did his job. Okay, so on this next one right here, they're going inside zone, but they're going to try to have an insert on this inside zone, but they do it out of the right tackle, and I'm just not a fan of this run scheme. I think that if you're going to insert, you rather insert with the tight end. So like as this tackle, you're going to see, but the tackle's going to pull and he's going to try to insert to the left and kind of give an isolation block for Ashton Jeanty. But as soon as this tight end goes, it gives the path for that defensive end to now track his hip, and he's got a really good path for Ashton Jeanty. You're really asking a lot for this tight end to cut him off. He either has to cut him or just get across his face to where he's not able to slant across. You'll see it even better from the end zone copy. Now, if I'm being honest, when you watch it from the end zone copy, the tight end's in a good position to cut him off. He just does a terrible job. So this tackle is going to pull so he can insert on this zone. The biggest thing that you can't have is this wide 9 defensive end technique slant across his face, because then he's going to be on the hip pocket of that tackle and he's going to have a straight beeline for the running back. The tight end simply just has to scoop underneath enough and just wall him off. But the tight end takes lateral steps instead of really cutting him off, and he allows that defensive end to slant right across, and he's right there in the backfield, along with the rest of the offensive line not getting a whole lot of push up front and reestablishing the line of scrimmage. The tight end did them no favors right there. Trust me, Ashton Jeanty brings a whole lot of hype going into the 2025 season for Las Vegas Raiders fans, and rightfully so. He was incredible at Boise State and in college, and I still think, like, I'm not worried one iota about a preseason game where he only got 3 carries in a very vanilla offense. They're not trying to show too much. They're just trying to get good work. They're trying to evaluate people. Ashton Jeanty is going to be just fine. I truly believe that. A lot of people are feeling like the sky's falling, and hey, if you're into fantasy football, now maybe you get Ashton Jeanty at a better clip, something a little bit more value as he might slide down. I think it's stupid if he slides down the board, but hey, their loss, your gain. Ashton Jeanty is going to be just fine. We didn't see him in any single back, any sort of pro eye sets, anything like that. He didn't get any sort of gap schemes, power counter, or anything. Just very simple inside zone, wide zone, which he's going to be really good at once they get him going. He did a really good job with those run schemes at Boise State, but listen, guys, just 3 carries, very vanilla offense. Now, the offensive line is going to have to improve. I don't know if these guys are starters. You guys can tell me in the comments section. I'm not a Raiders fan, but the product that they put out there, I would say if you have Ashton Jeanty out there, you're probably going to have a few starters with the offensive line. They're going to have to establish more push up front because that line of scrimmage was not reestablished. If anything, it was reestablished the wrong way. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. As always, stay humble, stay kind. Peace.